And then a couple hours later, he shared it. I was going to a Yankee game.
I'm sorry. It says,
I was going to a Yankee game with
it
this.
says, I thought Tim Duncan cut his hair.
Yeah, they were pretty fucking. You guys are funny. You guys are hilarious. So, moving forward from that,
You do look like Tim Duncan's son.
can I finish the story, bro? Just sound off. He's like, no, and I was like, try to fix the vocals because it was from my old studio section. Try to see if you can fix it for this section, and let me do the whole thing again. And I did the whole thing again. He was like, oh, okay, nah, because it's from it's from a different studio, so we had to re-record it for this section. Now everything was hitting right, like boom, boom. I was thinking about getting Seda on the feature.
I'm rolling, by the way. We're rolling.
Oh, we rolling?
Since you started your
oh boy.
Nah, you know how I do.
You're supposed to give me the countdown, man.
No, you do your own countdown. I'm just here for.
How am I supposed to know?
I'm just here for support, baby.
But it's like, how am I supposed to know there's a countdown? How am I know if I'm on?
Well, you was in mid conversation. I didn't want to just stop you and be like, you know, like I wanted to, you know what I'm saying?
So what up, everybody? This is Pigkaso's Basement. I'm your host, Richard Pigkaso, on an untimely fashion. Episode, what the fuck are we on now? Episode 16. 16.
Wow.
Damn, we haven't got canceled yet.
16 weeks. We haven't got canceled. Well, not yet.
Not yet.
Got canceled.
We get canceled. You know, we love you and thank you for your support this whole time on YouTube and Anchor and Spotify, wherever you've been listening to this to. Of course, Richie loves yo-yos. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. Give me money on PayPal, Venmo. BX Yo-Yo Rapper. This is the lovely deer/fox. Oinky.
Oh, there's a fox today. This is not a. It's not a pig. Oh, it's a fox.
Fox
That's
pig.
a hybrid.
Hybrid pig.
That's a hybrid.
Yep.
Now we're getting a little freaky with it.
Why the fuck gotta be freaky, bro? The fuck gotta be freaky.
Where did you think about a fox pig? It kind of looks like you in the onesie.
Yes, I should have probably wore it that day with the fucking onesie, but it was like I pictured Denise was kind of being a hoe in the forest.
Denise was kind of being a hoe in the forest. What was Denise doing in the forest?
She was just having sex with all the animals. Like, you know, I would wait for her to bring back fire, bring back food.
You would actually wait for that bitch?
Yep, and I'm gonna find out. I would see like these little bug pigs and fucking fox pigs and deer pigs and moose pigs and shit. I'm like, what the fuck you been doing this whole time? Like,
she's putting in work. Maybe she's trying to have some piggy offspring. How you gonna deprive the pig of some offspring?
Here the fuck you go.
You know what I'm saying?
This is the offspring of Denise's children. I haven't figured out a name for it yet. So
we got some shit wrong with us.
Yeah, we got the fucking shit wrong. So, anyways, how's your week been, man?
Yo,
Mr. G out of character in this bitch.
My week has been great. If I may just lead into it, I made probably the biggest investment I've ever made in myself. Like,
yes.
And I've had cars, you know, I've had multiple cars.
Mm-hmm.
I've paid multiple tickets.
Of
I've
course.
paid multiple bills, credit card bills, you know, financial, whatever. But the investment I made on myself was the biggest one I've ever made. And it wasn't even in terms of cash only. It was where I am in my life to actually earn the honor of being able to use that tool. You know what I mean? I bought an iMac. I bought a Mac Mini.
He bought an iMac.
I bought a Mac Mini, the most expensive one. You know, this way you go hard or go home. Not 8 gigs, you go 16.
Facts.
I'm getting there with this computer talk with y'all.
Facts.
But, you know, bigger picture was to earn the responsibility of even wanting to spend money on something that now it's time to work.
Yes.
You feel me, Rich? Now it's time to work. Like, my computer's not going to work itself. It can't make the pictures. It can't make the videos. It can't edit the podcast. It can't make the songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I can't have the excuse of rendering for 7 hours or fuck, my computer blew up. Or
fuck, my computer blew up.
Yo, it's happened, bro. Like, I've had podcasts, you know, where I've lost the entire podcast. We've sat there for 2.5 hours, and the computer wasn't recording, or it was recording
in the ET mode till we all sounded like this.
Yo, you know, I've had
That's
times,
funny.
bro, where and don't get me wrong, I love you, computer. You've gotten me really far. You understand? It's kind of weird. DMX is on the screen when I'm talking to it, but
We'll get
you
to that
got
later.
me really far, right? And you're twin too. You two, good job. But now I moved up to the big daddy, B. Yo, this piece of machinery, bro.
Yep.
I've never seen anything move so fast. Like, I feel like I'm not up to par. Like, that's Thor's hammer, and I can't pick it up yet. You feel me? That's what I feel like when I'm messing with this piece of equipment, Rich. Like, it's Thor's hammer, and I can't yet. But I will. I'm gonna wield this fucking computer. I'm gonna fucking.
No, it's an investment.
Oh, it's a great investment, man. It's a great investment.
This is for the future of like your future podcast, future anything with that computer.
Any audio person knows what I'm talking about. Any engineer, any editor. Yo, it comes a point in time where it's like the shit that you're doing is just not working, and everything just stuck. It's stuck, and the little rainbow keeps spinning, and the circle, it just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning. Yo, when that time comes, fellow creators.
You.
I'm
right
high
there.
as fuck right now. You can tell. Right now. Yo,
you got high before.
I feel like I'm next to you, telling you, yo, make the investment.
Stupid.
Yo, make the investment in yourself. If you're a true creator and you see that you need the tools necessary to level up, level up. Don't hesitate. Level up. It's gonna take you further in the long run. And you asked me how my week was and why I got here. This has probably been the most idolizing yet driven week of my life. Because I ain't gonna lie, I haven't really done shit as far as just my regular work things. But now, to go ahead and make that leap, it makes me know that I gotta get on my high horse. Bring all these tools and everything that I know how to do. No more excuses, no more hope. My computer can't blow up. If anything, the shit could take off. It's like a fucking spaceship, bro. But yeah, get to work. You know, whatever it is that you want to do with yourself, make an investment in it and take it to where it can go. If you don't make an investment in it, you can't take it where it to go, and you automatically lose. You don't get to see it through. So see whatever you love doing, see it through by investing in it. Invest in you. I sound like a military commercial.
Yes, you can't go wrong. The person you should always bet on is yourself before anybody. You know, because when it comes to like progress and having future growth for yourself, people who know who's gonna handle the money best, who's gonna know where it's going best. You would know where it was going best before you reach out to other people, and for you to get like a computer, a very powerful computer to get you where you need to go, it's only gonna lead to better future things and better opportunities for you.
Facts.
So I'm happy for you about that. That's really dope.
Thank you, my brother.
Like even for like the computer right now that we're using, like this one right here, it was like investment. That was a Christmas gift from my dad, and I just randomly told him like, yo, I want to try to really dive in for like using like get a laptop because I wouldn't know what I would need it for, and he already knew that like the future things for me, like, oh, you can work on your like graphics, you can work on editing your videos and stuff, and he just got it right away. Surprisingly, while I was just walking home. Like coming in for home, he said, "Oh, go check your room. I left you something." And I get on the bed, and it's like the fucking Apple laptop with the warranty on it and everything.
Wow.
I'm like, oh shit! And it's like I don't know if my brain just went blank after that, but it's like, what the fuck do I do with this? And it literally sat there for like 3 months until we started doing the podcast. There was nothing on it. I think the only thing I had on it was like. I downloaded OBS and then like probably a hard drive. I tried to see if I could attach to it. But other than that, it was a blank, empty shell of nothing.
No, I like when you gave it to me, it was empty. You didn't even have I think your phone was just connected to it.
Yes.
The first things that I put in it was like the OBS.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's the same way with me. Like. We kind of get overwhelmed for a second, right? Yes. Then you get overwhelmed when you got it. You're like, holy shit, it's in my hand.
It's like
this piece of beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's the power.
It's like when a woman says, like, you want to have sex? It's like, what?
When she puts the pussy in your hand?
It's like, I don't know. I figured I wouldn't get this far.
Yo, I just thought about that. Yo, for all you chicks that can't get the attention of your man, when he's sitting on the couch and he asks you for something, just put your pussy in his hand.
Oh, okay.
Just plop it. Just take your panties off and plop it in his hand, like when he asks for something. You know what I mean? He'll change his mind about you. Oh, all right, come over here, honey.
Oh, okay. All right, it's gonna be Jess gonna get us banned on YouTube or something.
I don't. Fuck it. We'll be on DuckDuckGo. They kick us off of YouTube. We'll be on DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo.
And then worst comes to worst, man. When they kick us off of YouTube, that's the shit. Why we got to start Patreon and everything.
Yep, Patreon
Once you get kicked off, you know what I mean?
Yep, you rely on the people.
If
then.
you want to wild out with your pigs on the OnlyFans, I won't judge you, bro.
I thought about
that.
I
won't watch it. You're my nigga. You're my nigga. I won't watch it, but I will say that I will pay your $1 or whatever, your $5, whatever. That's as much as you're getting from me for being all fucking freaky with pigs.
There was one time with this girl who worked for Power 105. Like she, like when I was like doing an interview there, and she saw my piggy. I had like Denise like in my hand. Okay. And she's just very like, oh my God, I love piggy so much and stuff. I'm like, she was like completely like in love with the pig, like wanted to hold it, take pictures with it and stuff, and she did. And like, long story short, I tried to like set up a date with her, and she was down. But then like for me, like of course the whole I lose interest quicker than I catch feelings thing started coming in, and we never.
Is that a natural thing, Rich? It just happens, like you can't help it.
I don't know. It's like. In the moment, it feels great. Like, I don't know if it's like just that little dopamine in my head. Like, wow, I'm really talking to a girl. Oh, I'm asking her out. Oh, she said yes. Now I can start planning stuff. And then, like, I don't know, it's like hours or even days later, it's just like, damn, why the fuck did I do that for? Like, that really, now I gotta go out and get ready and do shit and stuff. So, it's like, it's like a natural high that becomes just like a natural automatic low with time, and I don't know why I'm like that. It's not that I'm not trying to be like fucked up or.
Are you afraid of commitment, my friend?
I don't know. I absolutely don't know. Because it's like I want a relationship internally. I want to try to like grow with somebody, get to know someone. But it's like, you know what it is? Probably also in my head, it feels like I feel I need to be in a better space, like for myself. Before I actually start like pursuing, but it's like in the meantime, it's like I'll casually talk to a chick, casually go out with a chick,
get
and
your rocks off.
Get my rocks off. Not even like, and by rocks, it don't have to be sexual.
Not in a bad way.
It don't have to be sexual or nothing like that.
The endearment of being with a woman. You're still a man. You still want to be around a chick and go out on a date and hang out. You know what I'm saying?
Most of the time, I don't expect like nothing sexual or anything. It's just the fact that I'm out here, with a woman having a great time. It's just like for me right now, especially with a lot of crazy things that happened to me these past couple of days as is. And it's like, I want to have more of those days. And then it's like, okay, I feel I'm in a good, proper headspace. I have a great amount. Like, I know where I'm at with my life and what I want to do with it and where I want to go and push forward. Now I can enter like a second player. I can have a player too in my life that, I could push forward with. And that's how it was. And for the girl, but she's in a full relationship. She's about to have a baby. So she eventually found love with somebody else, and she's about to have a daughter. At that, she always wanted a daughter. Congratulations to her.
Really?
Shout out to our own girl. She's dope. She's a very, very beautiful girl. She deserves it.
Well, I'm gonna ask a schmuck question, but this is a schmuck question. This is just because I got to play both sides. Is there has there ever been like? Did you ever have a bad taste in your mouth?
Like with her or in general?
Yeah, over that situation, her like not her having a child so much, but not having a child with you.
No, not at all.
Never bothered you once.
Never bothered me.
That's good.
Like I'm not like if it's like women I'm talking to and it's like I don't deal with them and they move on and find somebody else. Good for them. I'm not gonna feel resentful. Like damn, I should have did something more where I should have kept going out with her. Now she's about to have a kid. She's settled down. She's happy. It's like, no, I'm not that way at all. Like I always want to see a woman or anybody happy. Even if it's not with me.
Exactly.
It don't have to be with me.
I agree. Let's go ahead and piggyback off of that. So what do you think about Diddy
No, God.
Diddy posting here.
That was.
What do you think about Diddy posting this picture with now single Jennifer Lopez, who looked like she was on a prowl with Ben, who looked like we all know J-Lo. J-Lo can't stay single for long.
Geely 2 coming out soon.
She oh shit, this nigga.
Geely 2, baby, coming soon.
Two things. What do you think about ex-guy chasing his ex-girl? What do you think about a guy chasing his ex-girl? One, and then two, because I want you to answer both. What do you think about relationships being rekindled? Like when you were in a relationship with her 5-10 years ago, and now as older people, can you guys really come back together, be mature, and have a relationship? Is this a fairy tale? Is Diddy playing around?
I mean, for him, I think he was just doing it just to get the internet talking about some shit. Like I think he only put like Throwback Thursday. He didn't even like explain what the picture was.
Come on!
But it's like he just did. No, look at he
this
just did that to be. He just did that.
You posted that.
He just did that to be a fucking jerk.
Nigga, even you didn't see the Twitter. He made a Twitter post right after that.
He probably want that old thing back.
He want that old thing back.
But it's like why of all the day of days? It's because you see like he's like Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck getting all the press. He was like, you know what? Let me try to start some shit right now. Throwback Thursday. He probably, for all we know, it all could have been orchestrated. He probably could have told her like, hey, I'm gonna drop this shit, and she probably went like, I don't give a fuck, do whatever you want, and she just did, and that sent the whole internet in the storm. And she's like, they're probably both laughing right now, not giving a fuck.
I mean that's always the background noise that you and I always agree with, that everything is always scripted.
Yep.
But let's just say for funny sake that it isn't scripted, and this guy's fucking going after like, hey, what up? You know, what's good?
Then that's who Diddy is.
What?
That's who Diddy is. He's always done asshole shit
but
like this.
Come on. He went ahead. She went to court. She wasn't dealing with all this street shit before Diddy. That
was Shine, all right?
That was, all right, my nigga. What did Shine do it for?
She shot the club.
Yeah, come on. What did Shine do it for? J-Lo probably had the piece in the purse. I didn't mean to say that.
Like that. It's an old suit. If you guys don't know, I don't want to get into it here.
Shine's back in his country. He got extradited.
He's like the leader of Beirut or some shit now.
Yeah, let me look.
But to bounce off that, like if you don't know the story, just look up Shine, SHYNE.
I got it.
Diddy. Just Google it. I ain't gonna be explaining it, but
it
involves J-Lo, and it was probably reason why they mostly broke off, because the heat was really on Diddy at that time in the early 2000s, and that was when she was like super bad. She's still bad as fuck to this day. Like,
Belize,
not Beirut, sorry, but Belize. So he's like running the country and everything else. So
nice.
And he was in jail for like 10 years.
Yeah. I'm reading right now. 10 years in prison. Yeah.
And
for a shooting, wounding 2 people during a dispute between rap. I can't even say that.
Read, nigga.
I can't even say that. Impresiadio. That's what it says. Impresiadio. Sean Puffy Combs and another man in Times Square nightclub.
Yeah. Well, I forgot what nightclub that was, because I forgot what it was called, because I remember at that time, I was young. I was like, 11 or 12 when that shit happened? But it's like, if one of those things I got buried, because, Diddy having great lawyers, trying to control, like, the narrative and saying, like, look, I didn't shoot nobody. This motherfucker shot everything. And even then...
I didn't shoot nobody. This motherfucker shot everything.
Yeah, because the whole thing was, like, suspicious, because I think it was, like, as I said, I don't want to go into it, because I'll probably say some shit wrong, and I'll end up getting this probably coming at me, like, for slander or some bullshit, because it's an old narrative. Look it up yourselves. Yeah. Just look up Shine,
so
Diddy, and
old couples getting back together.
I mean, it's not impossible, but it has happened before. Like, I've known people, even from like my life, like people who I've known since like grade school. Matter of fact, I'll give you a quick example. There was these people that I didn't even know liked each other back in grade school that are now like together and about to have a baby. So I was like, y'all never hung out with each other. Y'all never talked to each other. I never saw this shit in grade school.
Yeah, but they weren't exes. I'm talking about exes. I'm talking about
exes. I'm
talking about some toxic shit happened. Y'all two broke up. It wasn't mutual, or even if it was mutual, there's no breakup that's fine. You feel me?
Oh no, there's no perfect relationship.
Heart never breaks even. You guys all know the song. So I'm asking you,
Look, you know
Do
what?
you leave an ex an ex? Is an ex an ex for
Look,
a reason?
look, it's not impossible because shit happens in relationships. Shit happens between people where they have a fall. Now we don't know exactly what they disputed over, why they argue, why they fight. And then they break it off, and then they probably realize after going on like a bunch of dates or having different relationships with people that they reflect. You sit back and it's like you look in the narrative like, damn. Like I had something special, and I fucked it all up
Oh
because of this and
God!
this and
Oh
that.
God!
That it's some soft shit that I think of, but that's
but
how I
it's just
picture
so,
it.
it's just so cliche. It's so looking in the closet, the attic closet, and finding old pictures and thinking about them and how they. It's so cliche. Like, and you don't think an ex is an ex for a reason, bitch. You broke my laptop. Bitch, I got arrested. I put my hand through a wall.
Okay,
Bitch,
those
you
are like the
cheated
more,
on me.
but it depends on the severity. You're talking on some next level shit when they were like
Alright,
fucking
yo, I ain't
breaking
gonna
property
lie.
and punching you or trying to kill you.
I would even go as far as to say if I couldn't be with an ex that had kids from another dude. Even being with an ex-girlfriend sounds wild to me. Thinking about all my ex-girlfriends sounds wild to me. You know what I'm saying? So
I said, since you had more experience in the ex-girlfriend realm,
I couldn't be with an ex-girlfriend that had another man's kids. That's bugged out too. That's kind of, you know what I mean? Think about that. That's why I say you're right. Maybe the experience factor, you're not there yet to know what that looks like to have an ex, because love is real. I ain't gonna lie. There's something when you look in that person's eyes, when you used to share something with somebody and see each other naked on the inside and on the outside, when you used to eat dinner with them and be with
spend
family,
all your time with them,
and God forbid you guys maybe lost a kid together. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that two people share together, like there's something that just sparks when you get back with them in your presence. But in that same spark, man, all that beauty, if treated the wrong way or given the wrong attention, like you guys fuck around try to sleep together because you guys haven't seen each other in 4 or 5 years, fuck around trying to sleep together, oh, you playing with fire. Because it was all the things that were good about one another came together in that moment. But all the things that are bad about each other, they all show in the morning. In the morning, or even that night, you guys leave feeling like less of the person you were coming into the situation because now you just gave yourself back to something that you were supposed to have letting go. It's a slippery slope, Mr. Sean Puffy Combs, that you're playing with Mrs. J-Lo. And J-Lo, keep going around, girl. You're going to get to me one day.
That'll be fucking something.
Yo, imagine, Rich, and it'll be right here. I told you on your pot. We're gonna have to delete it because if she ever sees this, she'll be like, "Really? You called it? You put a bet that you were gonna get me?" Mother, she might find it attractive. J-Lo, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for your ass, bitch.
She's from around here. You know that, right? To her, like my family knew her. Like my aunt went to school with her. Her house, like where she used to live with all her sisters and her mom. Her mom was like a teacher. Like when I was 5. Her mom was my teacher.
Nice.
Like right across, it'll be like Miss Himmelstein. Shout out to Miss Himmelstein. You were my favorite when I was 5. And then across was Mrs. Lopez. And the only one time I saw her like come out of school and like drop some stuff off for her mom, and then she just went to do probably go-go dance or whatever the fuck at that time.
You know, I refuse to call her a hoe. No niggas be like she a hoe, she a hoe, she a hoe. Listen, when you a rich, powerful person, and we all have issues and whatever, some people just don't want to be lonely. Some people just don't want to be lonely, and you know what's great about being rich, powerful, and beautiful? You never have to be. You never have to fucking really be lonely, but you make a choice on who. You ain't gonna go be with no nigga that runs a Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be with somebody that has a certain type of status, so you can at least have the same type of conversations. You know, staying with somebody for 3, 4, 5 years, trying with them, having kids, and moving on. Nigga, I idolize you, J-Lo. I fucking idolize you, and most men probably do, because most men would love to do that. Most men would love to be in a relationship for 2, 3 years or not be in a relationship, have offspring, be successful, and have success in order to maintain that offspring, and then say,
it's called a
so
lease.
Diddy, you're not getting that pussy back, Diddy. She wants something new, my nigga.
It's called
she
a
wants
lease.
she wants something new, and it's not that old thing back.
Yeah, and she's good. She's like 50 plus years old and looking
She's
like
what?
She's over 50 years old.
Oh my god, I gotta Google something else. She's 50 years old?
Yeah, she's like 50, I think 50 or 51.
No way.
And she still looks that good. I'm like,
Bro,
shit.
yo, J-Lo, come home, mama. Yo, mama, come home. I'll take care of you. I'll rub your feet. You know what I mean? I'll go to work. I'll still go to work.
Shout out to the Bronx.
Shout out to the Bronx.
Yo, Bronx be doing it big. We bring Jennifer Lopez. But the way we all saw, if you like really from the Bronx, like you know,
Yo,
like how
I
her
went to go,
manners
how
and
old is J-Lo? And the first thing that comes up is how old is J-Lo's daughter?
Wow, that's some fucking Google
Yo,
be
she's
doing
51.
51 years old.
And yo, guess what year she was born? Yo, tell me we ain't meant to be J-Lo. You were born 69.
Nah. Shit. Fucking.
I'm a sick pup, my nigga. I'm a sick pup.
But yeah.
I was a little runt in the corner of the box that was manged with his paw fucked up. That was me. And somebody still took me home. And this is what happened to me.
Wow. So, like, with the whole J-Lo thing, like, forget all the past relationships and stuff. It's like, that's how, like women who, like, achieve success usually act. They, like, okay, they think this is going to work, and they usually move on. Like, even the most fucking girls I know from the Bronx are like that. They'll be with a dude, have kids, and move on or shit, and they're not on the same, like, caliber as J-Lo. That's just, you know, how life usually works for them.
Yeah, but then you get anomalies like a Cardi B, you know? Yep. Cardi B surprises the shit out of me because let's go past her success. Let's just try to look at her personality as if we know her. Let's just go off of what we know. She was a stripper. You know, she was I know a lot of my friends that have seen those titties. Mm-hmm. You know, she was a stripper. You know, she and it's known. This is what she used to do and get her money. Not judging you, but think about a person coming from that type of lifestyle to now Offset being able to cheat on her. Mm. You know what I mean?
Knowing the baggage he already brings.
It's not even only the bag though. You know, he'll cheat on her or he'll get caught doing something little and she'll address it. It'll get addressed not only like within them, but publicly so we can all judge it and talk about it. But then a couple weeks later, that's like, I love my man though. Like, I love my man though, you know.
But
like,
that's how hood chicks normally act.
But she's from the Bronx too, just like J-Lo.
It's different breed of Bronx.
J-Lo be recycling these niggas. J-Lo be recycling these niggas though. That's what
niggas said recycle.
Yo, you gonna tell me? Come on. Yep. I bet you I can Google how many men J-Lo's been with because it's a fucking trending topic. Yo.
True.
And like I said, yo, I ain't mad at you. I idolize you because that's a human gene. This is what humans should be able to do. We should be able to there's religions like this where you can have multiple wives for a reason. You can't just have multiple wives. You need to be able to maintain household and equity in the household and make sure there's certain type of standards and rules that everybody abides by in order for you to go ahead and have permission to have that. She just went ahead and took the rules and bent them. Because the rules say stick with that person for years, right?
Yep.
Rich? The rules say marry them.
Till death do us part. Till death do us part. We're rich or poor.
Right? No matter how miserable.
Yep.
No matter how much her coochie's starting to smell. No matter how much weight she's starting to gain. Right? Yep. No matter how much she don't shower. Yep. No matter how much you can't stand the way the person looks anymore. How she acts, treats you, treats the whole situation. Till death do us fucking part.
Yep.
So J-Lo, I idolize you for all men out there. All men out there.
All right, this is very.
It's true though, because if you break down what she's doing whatever human wish they could. Get a level of success, able to maintain everything that you have in life. She got twins with fucking Mark Anthony, the number one fucking salsa singer of our time right now. The man has his own island by Puerto Rico that he could just sniff his own coke. Okay? Like, she has twins with this man. She has conquered the hip-hop world as far as being next to one of the top moguls in the world. That's why I say, Diddy, you ain't gonna get that back. She's past you. She's been with Batman. Not many people could be with Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, her track record is not such a poor one. It's just the fact that she's the type of person that could say, I want what I want when I want it. Ha 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 ha. Yo, J-Lo, salute to you, bro. Salute to you, my nigga.
Okay, what's the next topic?
I'm telling you though, you can't beat people that are allowed to act like people. Once
True.
you take that away from us, like they have, keeping us stuck, keeping us having to do these 9 to 5s, be in a cubicle, see the same people you're seeing every day. Once they kept us stuck in those positions, it kind of, in my opinion, it kind of killed us because now you got to always see the same people. You always got to be involved with the same people. You don't get to step outside your box. You have to do dating apps and
and they suck.
when you go outside and you plant the fucking garden, you don't know to use a hoe, you fucking meet a hoe, bro. That's my point. You gotta live your life in order to fucking.
Not the garden hose.
I meant to do it in entendre. But yes, you know how you told me not to talk for the pig, nigga? Nah, but yeah, you have to live life in order to see what life is about. And I just say that she did it the right way. Yep. She lived her life. Speaking about living life.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Peep this shit.
Shout out to, I think his name is Joe Black, the guy. In the
See that, right? That's on the Worldstar page, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm saying your name
That's
wrong,
on the
sorry.
Worldstar page, ladies and gentlemen. I know my man's like a little modest about it, but he said he had a long week, and this is probably the reason. Oh, look, my comments there. Look, my comments there. That's my ninja. We are gonna go through these comments though.
Oh my God. Yeah, some of them had me fucking died. Some of them are like, why the hell would you say that?
Yo,
so
that's hilarious.
Okay, there's a little. I guess I'll start the story.
Well,
how this
remember, we can't speak. We can't speak it through and through because
I'm gonna keep it short and right to the point.
Go.
So, to make a long story short, I got reached out for a commercial, and the commercial was dope. We shot the commercial. I was like an extra for this dope thing, and New York Nico, unofficial talent scout in New York, very dope guy. Shout out to you, New York Nico. He was like the director of the shoot, and after the shoot, he pulled me to the side and wanted to do some yo-yo stuff. So he told me to just stand by this door, and I just stood by the door, and he was like, "You think you could do yo-yo tricks while just staring right into the camera?" So hence, like, when people were asking in the car, like, "Oh, why you didn't blink or move or anything like that?" He told me to just stare straight into the camera. So I did that. I did the trick, and then a couple hours later, he shared it. I was going to a Yankee game.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I was going to a Yankee game with this.
It says, I thought Tim Duncan cut his hair.
Yeah, they were pretty fucking... You guys are funny. You guys are hilarious. So, moving forward from that...
You do look like Tim Duncan's son.
Can I finish the story, bro? It's not that long. I'm trying to cut it short.
Go.
So after he puts it on his page, I get reached out by Worldstar that they want to put me on their page and give me credit, and hence why you see me on Worldstar. And a lot of my yo-yo friends and my friends outside of yo-yoing and some coworkers reached out and, "Oh my God, you're on Worldstar, I'm happy for you." And some like, "Oh, how'd you get on it? Like, did you pay? Like, whose dick you got sucked to get on Worldstar?" I'm like, look, I was just in the right place at the right time. It was no fucking magic trick. It was just me being
pun intended.
Not pun intended. I just was at the right place at the right time, just doing what I have to do, and I got reached out by, very dope casting call, read the call sheet, and I was just there, and had an amazing time. So definitely shout out to New York Nico. Shout out to everybody I was part of, the commercial. Shout out to AP the Angel. He's the GOAT for everything. I gotta give him love. I always love looking at his page. He's a dope photographer. Definitely getting some crazy photo shoots. Reach out to him. Nina Kunz. Nina Kunz. I don't want to say her name too well. Well, it's spelled like it says Nina Kunz. But if I'm saying it wrong, I'm absolutely sorry. And shout out to Impressive Luke, who did the casting call. Luke, you fucking dope. I appreciate you so much for the opportunity. And it's led to all this.
Memory to remember everybody's name too, like that. They give them that much, attention. You pay that much attention to detail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as everybody was just so genuine, and I don't want to be like that guy that forgets people's things. Like, everybody who was there made made it happen. Oh, shout out to Allison Clancy. She's a dope performer too. She's actually going to be performing a little later on tonight. I'm actually going to her show down on like Leonard or Leonard, however you say it. I'm gonna go there a little later on, and then I have another friend who's performing later on. And I met, of course, everything wouldn't be possible if it was for New York Nico. So, New York Nico, thank you so much. Oh shit,
that was my mama.
Oh, it's my.
I broke the podcast with my bad.
Broke the podcast up. So
sorry.
All right, so yeah, that's pretty much how I ended up on Worldstar. And shout out to Worldstar too. Worldstar, as ratchet and fun and crazy as it is, like you're for the culture, and thank you for messing with my yo-yo chicks. Appreciate you guys.
Okay, but that's real though. It sucks that our culture it comes with its good and its bad, but every culture comes with its good and its bad.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, you're something good that comes out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because for a person scrolling through Worldstar, let's just say, these kids that are 12, 13, 11, 12, whatever, know they shouldn't be there, but they're scrolling through it, and all the ratchet shit that they do see with the fighting and the this and that and the third and the NSFU, W, you got to be 18 to enter, and the kid still presses it and sees the nipple for the first time.
That was probably me.
Fun. It was him.
Continue.
It definitely, I don't deny these. No, there will be a kid that'll scroll down and see you flicking that yo-yo around, and you'll inspire him. You'll inspire him. You feel me? Like I think you hitting like 27,000 views on that Worldstar post.
Yeah.
And then we discussed it earlier. You woke up to seeing accolades. You were like, what the fuck? Yeah. And I told you that's how fast it happens. Mm-hmm. It only takes a clip. It only takes being in the right place at the right time. But where you give yourself an advantage in life is by like equipping yourself with an arsenal. You see how I do all this audio shit? Mm-hmm. It's nothing compared to what you do with the yo-yo shit. You know what I mean? Like we're equipping ourselves with arsenals so that we can be in the right place at the right time and be fully equipped when our moment comes. My uncle told me something the other day. He said if somebody offered you $50,000, would you to go up and leave what you're doing and go do it for someone else somewhere else? And I was like, bro, it ain't the $50,000. Like it wouldn't be the money. It wouldn't be the money to get up me. I'm like, hey, $50,000 is cool. Hey, it's great. I don't have 50 grand now, but
me neither.
It's the opportunity that I would choose not to miss out on. You understand? Yes. I wouldn't do something for free, but if somebody offered me a $50,000 contract, but my name can't be on nothing.
Yeah.
What's it worth?
Not worth it.
You understand? So it's like I've learned that there's certain values that you'll get more from and certain things that'll just take from you. You as a yo-yo person, bro, you getting the fruits of your labor. Since we even started this podcast, every week it's something new, another new opportunity, another new this, another new that. It's been a great. It's like
a settled increase with each episode, and each time we entertain with each other. And also, I want to make this clear, like for everything these past couple of days, like even with. Yesterday, I was chilling with Nico in a diner. Mm-hmm. I was part of. Yes, I'm the guy from New York Nico connections that he had, like back in April. Like we was trying to look for people for dates. We all like some of us chilled and like interacted with each other, and it was a great time. And I got to meet a lot of great people. So like shout out to Coach Dills, Dahlia, Henry, the hoop lady, I'm sorry if I forgot your name, but you were really funny. Steven, you were hilarious. And, Avi, you were very dope with the violin. You're freaking dope. Oh, no, Enya, I think your name is. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I apologize, but you're very dope violin. I actually learned something from her. I didn't know, but I'm probably very far off when it comes to history. There's Asian Russians. I didn't know there was Asian Russians. She was an Asian Russian.
Why,
Which it's like because Asia is like a very big continent, and Europe's like literally right there. Yeah, but it's like I never would think
communist countries.
Yes, but I would never think that
they probably got a lot to talk about.
Yes, and I was like enamored by it. I was like, I never heard of Asia. Russia.
When you say Asia, Papi, what part of Asia? Because Asia, you got China.
Mm-hmm.
China is in Asia, right? You got different parts of Asia.
China's in Asia.
China's in Asia.
Yes.
So what kind of Asia? What kind of Asian is she?
It would have to be within the borders of wherever the crossroads between Europe and Asia are. Like Eurasia.
Eurasia.
Yeah, no, that's a thing. Eurasia.
I know it is, but I'm just saying. Yo, I wanted to give a shout. I wanted to put New York Nico's page up real quick, so anybody that's not following him, go follow him. I just put his gram up.
Yeah.
You see what he does for people. You see what he does for artists.
He's a dope philanthropist. Always helping out businesses. Always looking for interesting people.
If you don't follow him right now, give him a follow. Support what he does because he supports what we all do as artists, as entertainers. He looks out for people like us. You know what I mean? So go ahead and make sure you support and look out for people that
support the real. He's very, very humble dude. Like I didn't get like an ounce of any bad vibes or anything. Like no weird feeling with him. Like he didn't pass himself off as like, oh yeah, I'm that dude. I could put motherfuckers on. No, he was very humble, very genuine. Like very, very nice dude. And that's another thing I want to also get into. It's like I'm very humble. I'm very blessed to have all these opportunities, and I never want to pass myself off as like I think I'm better than anybody else. Even though people try to encourage me, like, "Oh, you're better than this guy. You're better than that guy. You're gonna reach successes, and because you're doing this and that." It's like no, it's like everything I do, I just do it because it's fun, and usually the things that I like doing that are fun lead me to these type of opportunities. Just being myself and just wanting to get out there and just meet people. Sometimes just getting out of your room for a day and taking time out of your life outside of work, outside of your family and friends, you'll find that the world is very interesting and there's so many great things around you that if you just get out of bed and get up in the morning and go somewhere, you'll never know what you'll see or what opportunities to be out there for you. So I definitely want to make that clear because I don't want people to think like, oh, they think I'll be big headed or gonna be like I'm that dude. I'm the best dude on the planet, or I'm the best rapper or best entertainer. Like none of you guys can do this. It's like no, I'm anybody that truly knows me and sees how I am in person and knows how I am on the internet. I've always been just a very fun, creative, very quiet, shy, tall, gentle giant. Like always try to just do things because you love doing it, and fortunately for what I love, it leads to much greater things. So just keep doing what you love. You never know where it's going to lead you. Believe in yourself, believe in your craft, believe in your dreams. Anything that you're good at, excel in it, build off it, and just spread it out to the world because you never know who's watching. It doesn't matter if you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 likes or 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 likes. Somebody out there is watching. Just because they didn't like it or didn't comment, that doesn't mean nobody's watching. Somebody is watching you out there. And you never know when you'll get that DM where it's like, hey, I want to work with you. I love what you do. Can you help me out with this? Or do you want to be a part of this? Do you want this opportunity? We'll pay you. Or we'll give you exposure. So just keep being who you are. If nobody's telling you that, just keep being yourself. You never know where it's going to lead to. And with that, we're done. No, I'm kidding.
We still got one thing.
We got one of the main things we want to get into.
We got the one thing that we got to touch, bro. We got one thing we got to touch, and then we can move on. And I'll start it off with I'll put the picture up for y'all, just so y'all can know how we're going to go into this right now. Before we start, we're going to give a rest in peace. Big rest in peace. A big rest in peace. A big rest in peace.
Yes.
DMX. That's from me.
Great. Earl Simmons.
And Mr. Yo-Yo's. I'm going to leave his picture up real quick.
Mr. Earl.
This is the moment of silence we're going to give him.
All right, starting now.
And we're back.
And we're back. So,
all right, man. So let's talk about it.
Well, before we actually really get into it, before, this whole thing, I just want to say, thank you for DMX for everything. I'm very blessed to, be... Actually, the studio I go to is literally a block over, is from pretty much where he was, raised, in School Street. I was actually there last night. On Brook and School Street, if anybody from Yonkers knows, right there is, the mural they did for DMX, and it's very beautiful and blessed to see all these murals come up for him, how much he's remembered and loved, and very amazing dude. Like my producer, like knows him. Grew up in the same building, like Locust. You see him all the time. See Styles P right by that Juices for Life. I did yo-yo tricks with Styles P one time. He thought that shit was fucking crazy.
You do yo-yo tricks with Styles P?
Yes, I did. And actually, with the girl I went out with on Thursday, she loves the locks, and she always wanted to meet Styles P.
Okay.
I was like, look, when I
You
go
gave
to
her the
Juices for Life-
story?
Yeah, I told her. I was like, look, you ever want
My
to
nigga said, yo, son,
like,
you know, I know the nigga.
Yo, Styles P be like, putting in that work for this for life. He'll be chilling right there, like handling his business, going in and out the store, and I say, if you're ever free one day, you can get some Juices for Life right there. You never know, you can be there chilling. You want to get a picture, trying to
Look at you.
trying to get some inside info.
All right. Come back to Exodus. Come back to Exodus.
Exodus. If you, I know he had like the number for, but it meant something. That whole Exodus thing. I think he said it on his.
It's on his neck. It says 1-7.
Yeah, but it means like
it's a verse.
It's a verse.
It's a verse. I can find it. You could talk. Go ahead. I'll find it.
It's right on his page. Like what it meant. Right here, Exodus.
Go ahead. Read.
And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceedingly mighty, and the land was filled with them. Amen. There you go. So that's but should I get my review of how it before I go in yours, or
I mean, it doesn't.
I'll go first. I'm
gonna tell you something. I got the picture running, so I'm next to you right now. Okay. So they're all gonna see our live reactions. I don't have to touch the switcher. Mm-hmm. It's a picture.
Okay.
Go ahead, give your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give our opinions together.
Okay, so I'm gonna say
you could say things and then I'll be like agree, and then I'll say things and then you'll be like agree.
But let's go over the actual track listing too, since we're right here with it.
Go ahead, you go. I'll get everything.
Okay, so the track list, and we'll just read them off. So for me, the features they had Snoop Dogg, Alicia Keys, Moneybagg Yo. I thought that was a shocking feature. And
that was a shocking feature, but it was a really good song.
Yeah, it was a really good song. The Locks, of course, have a team on this. Swizz Beatz, he helped curate the album and stuff. And
that's all Swizz Beatz beats.
Yeah, those are all Swizz Beatz sounding songs. So I thought, personally, I thought for the album it would be like a lot more different beats. But I guess for Swizz, he wanted to make sure that it was curated in a way that, represented.
It has playback value.
Yes.
That's what Swizz does.
Yes.
Swizz brings playback value to your track. Think about the Lil Wayne song.
Yes. Dope, is it called Dope or something?
No, the one that he just, not the one on the album. Oh. Dogs Out. Dogs Out. But I mean the one Lil Wayne did when Lil Wayne came back. When he did a thing with Swizz,
mm-hmm.
Swizz, yeah. Swizz makes songs that have playback value. Mm-hmm. So I won't never take that away. And you put Swizz and X together, you're gonna have some shit. They never miss. They have their record shows that they swing and hit home runs rather than missing. Mm-hmm. But X being dead played a huge role in why.
How the album was curated.
Man.
So let's just go track by track. So what's the first track on the album? The first track was with the Locks. I forgot what it was called.
First track is with the Locks. Mm-hmm. First track is with the
Shout
Locks.
Shout out to the Locks, Jadakiss, Sheek Louch, Styles P. So
I think they were good.
Yes. He's like, that's my dog, yeah. Swizz Beatz, that's my dog, yeah. That's my dog, yeah.
No, I think they were good. I think they did a good job, especially being the first song on the album. Mm-hmm. It's only right. It's a good lead. This is where we came from. We did this together. Yep. Our career. They know us for what we do, and it was a good song. Mm-hmm. That's my dog. Yeah. That's my dog. Yeah. That's my dog. Yes. Yeah. We can't play this on YouTube because then we can't get monetized. But that's why I'm rapping it. That's my dog. Yeah. But I'm learning. It was a
dope track. I like what X was saying in there. He filled it up with the 16.
All right, so we're gonna go. I really like doing this for you because most people I only have my opinion to talk about music. Most people don't hear whole albums through, and then people that do hear whole albums through, they actually don't podcast with you. Mm-hmm. So that's great that I get to podcast with you, and we heard the whole album through. Yeah. Salute to you, brother. Give me some skin. There you go. Bath Salts, Jay-Z and Nas.
Yes, that was.
What did Nas do to Jay-Z, bro?
Oh.
He destroyed.
Oh. I mean, Jay-Z did. It sounded like Jay-Z's was more mailed in. Like they were in separate studios, and he's like, "Here's something for X." But I saw he took a little dig at academics. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, well yeah, he said something along the lines like you can act funny and then you get talked about by academics or something like that. Like
that was a slight dig, but I thought it was pretty funny. I don't think it was meant to be.
Shit! Before we leave, remind me about Eminem. We got
yes.
Jack Harlow Eminem because
that was
wait. Let's
focus on this.
If we disrespect DMX, I feel like that nigga come back from the dead and try to fucking smite me or something. I ain't fucking with him.
He'll be lurking in the shouts going.
You see what I'm saying? I ain't fucking with him.
that track Bath Sauce, it was pretty good. Like I felt it could have definitely had a little bit more to say, especially on DMX's part, but I felt it was filled just like enough, but it made me want more. It made me want more after.
I think we're on a good stride. We're gonna go track by track, and then at the end we'll give our overall
opinion.
because that's the best way to give our honest opinion about it without sounding like
I don't want to be like overall the track was like this.
Leave them. They don't deserve it yet. Y'all deserve it yet. We love y'all. I love y'all. All right. Dogs out.
We like the dog out and back balled out.
Anything that Lil Wayne touches nowadays is gold.
Yes.
You know, anything that who else is on here that's been killing? We'll get to it.
But Dogs Out. How was Dogs Out?
Dogs Out was alright. I didn't feel like the Pitbull was on that track. I didn't feel like, and I know we get older. And I know we lose a step, and I know I feel like I know that DMX wasn't in the building to record that or something. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like for that track. And then Wayne, like I said, everything that Wayne touches has been
like he floated pretty good on the track. I wouldn't say really good, but I felt like he could have done more. Like he was just going off like the beat, like that and all out, and that and all out, and then and all out, and all out.
It wasn't serious. So.
It didn't sound like as serious as I know Lil Wayne can go. Exactly. Like he could have went a lot harder. He just I guess I don't know if that was meant to be like a hook, and they just kept saying, "Oh, just keep going. Like just say some rap shit, and we'll make that your verse."
And that's what it felt like. Like X used to. Let's go to the next track. The substance from this is the point on if we're talking about it in real time, the lack of substance starts to show. Put it that way.
Okay.
This is where the point in time where DMX starts to show his lack of substance. Money, money bag, yo.
Money, bitches.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, like the beat was like, that's just like a Spider Sensi type shit.
One of my favorite fucking songs.
Money bag, yo, he floated.
Money. Bitches.
Money bag, yo, you floated on that shit. That shit was dope.
Money bag, yo, he G'd up, nigga. He was hitting Meg before he was even like, you know what I mean? Yep. Like, come on, like
hitting Meg. No,
man, that fucking stallion. What a stallion.
Oh God.
Tall as fuck. That's a lot of woman, bro. No bullshit. You know what Google says? She's only 5'8".
I thought she was 5'10".
How tall is?
I thought she was 5'10".
Megan Thee Stallion. Hold on.
5'10". That's a tall chick.
Oh yeah, she is 5'10". My bad.
Yeah, I'm like
5'10" is a pretty tall chick. Yeah, I guess so.
That's just enough that she could be right here on my head.
It's with all that leg.
Yeah, that leg. So much legs.
With all that leg. Oh man.
Crack a watermelon legs. Those are
yo, if she sits on your dick the wrong way, she'll crack it.
She'll crack my pelvis. Fuck my dick.
That's my pelvis. I'm cool with though.
Like she'll break my ass and she's like riding like she goes like too hard like. No.
All right, so let's go. Hold Me Down, Alicia Keys. I like that one too.
I like it.
Me down.
Yeah.
It was too industry for you, huh?
Yeah.
They were reaching too hard for the hold me down.
I think they try to. I think they were like, oh, this is gonna be the music video song. This is going to be the one that we're going to try to push out a little because, you know...
It's commercial.
It's commercial.
It's a commercial.
That's a commercialized song.
Right.
But it sounded okay. It wasn't like my favorite. That wasn't my favorite song, but it was okay song. What's the next one?
Skyscrapers, Bono.
I
like Skyscrapers.
Yeah, that was...
It reminded me of... I can hear it coming in the air tonight.
Yeah,
that's what it reminded me of, right? Like...
Yeah. So Bono, you did. I liked your feature on that, but it's like I felt like with some of these features, they kind of like undersold a little bit of their features. Like they just said the hook a bunch of times without like really doing like a bridge. If that makes kind of sense, like if you really heard it. Like I felt like with Bono, he could have just went like a little bit more off, like kind of had like a whole 16 for himself and kind of went off like on something with skyscrapers. Like X, he did his thing, but with the features, like if I'm gonna get like Bono on this shit, I'm gonna make sure that motherfucker really
goes Bono
on that shit. You know what I mean?
If I'm gonna get Bono,
you don't just wake up and call Bono.
You're
It's like Bono's like upper echelon when it comes to music. So it's like if you're gonna get that motherfucker, you're gonna really get that nigga in for a feature.
And not only that, you want to make sure you get your dollars worth.
Yeah, imagine that much that feature cost.
You know how much he cost?
That motherfucker costs at least a couple of $100,000.
But you gotta remember, this came out on Def Jam. So
yes, it's Def Jam.
Hey, come on.
And I love Def Jam. Shout out to Def Jam. So, but with Def Jam, it's heads and tails right now. But back in the day in the prime DMX Def Jam days, oh, forget it. Everyone was fucking killing.
Yeah, Def Jam used to be the spot, man. Yeah. Like Noriega tells tales how they used to run up the bills. Like it would actually cost them like $500,000 to shoot a video, but they run it up to like $1 million, and the other $500,000 go to drugs, drugs and hoes.
Yeah, when you have like Jay-Z at that time, Ja Rule, everyone's going platinum in those times.
They had a powerhouse. Like there's not many. Streaming killed the powerhouses.
Yeah.
Streaming killed the powerhouses because now any Tom, Dick, or Harry can be in his fucking room and fuck up an algorithm. But meanwhile, you could have a whole camp of people, and if it ain't the people that are all getting billions and #1 hits, stop yawning. You're on camera.
I know.
The main fucking person.
I had my
coffee.
Fucking
camera. You want to be fucking. You should have got coffee. You know to always get coffee.
I should have got coffee, but
fucking
when
got to the fucking.
I was
stick up skit with ice pick and infrared. The skit was alright.
All right, it's a skit.
It's a skit.
I'm not gonna judge the skit.
Hood Blues, Benny the Butcher, Conway, West Side Gun. Absolutely. Griselda and them at best track on the shits.
I love West Side when he's like boop, 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 boop. All and every fucking track he has to do it. It's like this motherfucker's Butcher coming nigga, and then
Butcher coming nigga,
and then like Conway, like the fucking bars were crazy. That's to me like the best track on the entire album. Just those straight raw shit, and then the fucking beat itself, like just that old like timey sound. I don't know the sample they used for that, but that shit was hard. Like just even DMX coming out there, like I grew up on the dark side, that you could hear like the essence of like the old DMX like coming out of him and shit on that track. Yo, it's fucking dope. That's my favorite track on the album, the Griselda shit.
Nah, Griselda shit was dope.
What's the next track on this shit?
Next track on the shit.
Looking real hard now.
Take Control.
Take Control.
Take Control with Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
I like that too. I like Snoop Dogg on it too.
It's a very smooth.
I didn't mind Snoop Dogg on it.
They used the Marvin Gaye sample, right?
Yeah. But I don't never mind Snoop Dogg though.
Oh no, nobody ever minds Snoop Dogg.
Like whoever minds Snoop Dogg. Oh yeah, that was the Marvin Gaye sample. Yes. You know what? This is the second hardest.
I can't tell you.
Man, this is probably the second hardest for me to be honest with you because he like. Snoop is the man. Mm-hmm. Snoop is the man right now. Snoop is on everything. Yeah. Snoop got his name on everything. So for Snoop to go ahead and I think Snoop would have only did this track with that sample on it. They knew they had to honor him this way. Yeah. Put it that way. You understand? You had to honor X. And it was X actually did good on the verses.
Yes.
Because he was talking about a bitch and nigga, when I get home, I'm gonna roll you over and you gonna get this dick. You know what I mean?
You did that kind of perfect too.
Yo, are you kidding me? DMX is if it wasn't for DMX, man, and as crazy as it's gonna sound, I know he was talking about fucking moving dope and 8 balls and killing people and robbing niggas and I know he was, but I was one of those people that actually fell between the cracks of everything he was talking about because I never wanted to be a person like that or find myself in shoes to be in those situations or feel like that. You know what? DMX might be a big reason because you gotta remember I went to Catholic school and everything. He might be a big reason for me staying away from God. Because look what God got him. God got, I get that we get the treasures of the man, what the flowers of a person leaves and death and all this shit. But Come on, man. I had to watch my idol suffer and be a crackhead.
Wild still praying on every track.
Every show he went to, every track, still praying and crying, but he's over here fucking. He's over here giving, becoming a crackhead and seeing, and even we're getting there, right?
Yeah,
walking in the rain with Nas. That walking in the rain shit. Not like I said, Nas another one. It's just something about. I get the message that they're delivering. I try not to judge the men. I try not to judge the men. I try not to hold what people do against them. Whether it be J-Lo being a hoe, DMX being a crackhead. I try not to hold what they are against them. I try to look for the good part about it that I could, for myself, be like, maybe I could use that to be part of me. Maybe I could use that to my advantage. Because looking at them that way, their music, it makes me feel good. So maybe I can make other people feel good. No matter how bugged out I am or fucking crazy in the head I am. There's certain things that beauty is like, it's masked behind the cloak of a lot of shady and brush and evilness and crumble, but there's beauty there. You just gotta fucking dust everything away and the beauty's right there. X did that for me. As ugly as his career was. Because his career was ugly, bro.
Oh, very ugly.
He disguised himself as an undercover.
It was upper echelon, like for 5 albums to all go #1. Like Flesh of My, like not Flesh, what's the first one?
Like
This Dark as Hell is Hot, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood.
You want to go through all the albums?
Yep. Then there was X, and then The Great Depression, and then The Grand Champ, and then like had those 5 #1 albums just right there, and then. Yeah, and The Year of the Dog in 2006.
And then Dog Eats Rabbit. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I think those are like mixtapes because those weren't like very commercial. Because I think the last full one was like back in 2012 when he did Undisputed, and then he had another album, but it got like Redemption of the Beast or something that was illegally streamed because of some shitty label he was on at the time.
But can we agree though? Like, all right, here I got them in order. It says Unleashed and Released. It's probably a mixtape. It's Hot and Hell is Dark, Flesh of My Flesh, the mixtape, and then there was X. I don't know if the X file, the definition of X. He got a lot of shit here.
Yep.
The best of DMX. Wow. 2012, 2015, 2017, 2020. X is coming. What a decline in his career, though. It sucks. Here, and I'll give y'all the list so y'all can see it too on our screens.
Like for him to have such a monumental beginnings, like he was grinding for fucking years. He got put on like around 26 for his first album, and came right out the gate with the Rough Riders anthem. And my producer would tell me about it during that time. He was like, "Yo, these streets were fucking crazy around that time," and that's literally how everything was. Like motorcycles, crime, niggas fighting. Everybody wanted to be stick up kids and drug dealers in the late 90s and shit. And X was like the voice. He was the anti-Diddy. He was like, Diddy was all about the shiny shoes and dancing around and getting those boy bands and clean motherfuckers. X came out of fucking nowhere.
X was too street for his own good, though, because, there's something about those megalomaniacs that live on the edge of extremism. He was an extreme church person. Stop yawning. Extreme church person. But at the same time, and I make you tired, bitch?
No.
He was an extreme church person, and at the same time, he was an extreme street nigga. It makes no sense how you can extremely be both. It makes no sense how you can extremely be both. And I think that was the cause for Collision. To be extreme in both fields where people love you for both reasons that are so bad and so good, that ultimately drives you into eventually you're gonna. And how many times he's crashed? Come on, he was in jail in Arizona. He impersonated a fucking cop, pulled somebody over in a parking lot. How many? We can't act like DMX ain't no fucking. You know what I mean? He ain't no saint. It was the way he delivered his message, and for some people, the way they received it. That being said, Let It In My Son.
Yeah, Let It In My Son.
That is the version. That is where he took me to Pac World. He took me to Pac World with that.
Who was the feature on that one?
Brian King, Joseph, and Usher. Yeah, Usher. You didn't hear? Yeah, Usher's on that.
I didn't really care.
Yeah. Good track. What he's talking about is awesome. You know what I mean? He's telling his son to
His oldest son.
call your father.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling his eldest son, call your father. Like,
he's like, I've been a fuck up. I wasn't highly investing in life. I was doing drugs. I'm glad you didn't copy me, but it'd be nice to like hear from you sometimes.
That shit hit my heart. You know, my father didn't do drugs. My father didn't. But for whatever reasons, I hold any prejudice against my dad, or I have held prejudice against him. When I heard that song, it made me very sad within myself, because that's the only thing my father ever says to me when I see him. Just call me, nigga. Yeah, that's the only thing my father says to me when I see him. Just call me, nigga. You know, like, and I play and I don't, you know, or for whatever personal reason. So when I heard that track and then I hear him, that man was a public figure. We got to witness his entire career, from the ups to the down, where he was at his highest points to his lowest points. I could imagine, or I can't imagine, what the fuck his children must have felt witnessing that as well, from not a public figure, but from their dad. You know, so for the dad, 50-year-old, dying or dead now, and he made this song, just the last, I don't know what the fuck that kid must feel. I don't know if that kid must feel angry and hate and mad because you want to make this song for the rest of the world to hear and you think it's going to mean something to me. What about the action, Pops? And now, does it make that kid sad? Because he knows his father can't even take the action to correct it now. Because the nigga's gone. You know, do you resent them? Do you be mad? Like, the sides of this song that are so, and that's what makes it a great song. You know, that's what makes it. They knew what they were doing when they put this EP together, or this mixtape, this album, whatever. They knew that it wasn't gonna be the best quality. They knew what the type of person they were dealing with in DMX, who he was. They knew. Maybe all these things were just loosies. Maybe most of these tracks were loosies, and they did what they could to mechanically put this bitch together. You know, maybe
that's
it was
what it
loosies.
sounded like. That's the overall, like, when I hear the album, it just sounds like a lot of it's very unfinished, and it wasn't like too polished. Like, he probably was like, "Oh, I'll work on this later." It sounds like, "Oh, I'll work on this more later on each track." Because it's like some of the songs were like, I think one of the songs was like less than barely 2 minutes, and it barely crossed. I'm like, there's never been a DMX song I heard, even with a skit, that's been less than 2 minutes with DMX, especially all the stuff that he says. So, for my personal
we know a different X though.
Yes,
we know a different X.
It's like like the times when he was like coming up for me personally. The first time I actually truly heard DMX wasn't even on his first or second album. It was actually on a Clue tape when he had It's On with DMX, and that's when like everybody was still like kind of either on a come up or in their prime. Like when Big Pun was out, Cannabis, like Cameron, the Cameron that probably the other people were like from the Come Home with Me album. It sounds totally different than the one that was in 1998, running with Big L and Mace at that time.
Of course.
He was a lot faster in rapping. He wasn't all that cool rapping.
Of course.
Shit.
We see all his freestyles all over the internet now.
Yep.
We see him. DMX used to be poison.
Yep.
He was a fucking, like, no pun intended. His pen was poison. And
he'd win all his battles.
He would go and go off, go and get lost, walk on the cross, you know, where I force. A gun is its on, you know that it's on. He would be able to repeat the same things, but still, and then I have a dick diaper with Big Piper. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Like, yo, my friends, like, even with a couple of my friends who are rappers in Yonkers, like, they would, like, say all these crazy stories of how they seen him and how he reacted. And it was always love, no matter what. Like, from School Street, like, I have a rap friend, Blas 89, great rapper, love him, straight out of Yonkers, right on Warburton. He would tell me like some like times he would like interact with DMX and just be fucking hilarious. So I'm hilarious, so I'm like very dope, but he was always just love with X. So like everybody in Yonkers after he passed,
he was the
like,
drunk uncle. He was the drunk uncle of everybody's family.
Yes.
He was the drunk uncle of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the dope drunk uncle of hip hop. Like this is. I won't deny him what he did, his impact to make 2 albums. He says it, you know, Columbia or wherever, his record label said if you could do 2 albums within a year, we'll give you $1 million. Yeah. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like
he did.
You know what I'm saying? But he was worth at one point. I think when Romeo Must Die was in the movie theaters.
Yeah, when he was doing his acting shit.
10, 15 mil in the bank, all gone.
It's like,
but
damn.
But look what we. Like, I love the guy. I love the guy for what he did. But like I said, I fell into the cracks as a fan because I think that's the only way you could love him truly. It's either to know him as a person or as a fan, you got to fall into the cracks. Because what he talks about and what he did in his actions as a person, you really have to take the reason why he says he did it. He says he did it so his kids wouldn't have to. I feel like in music, I'm one of his children. I feel like in music, like, and I know I'm going to get roasted for this, but bro, his entire rapping stilo is over Tekashi 6ix9ine. In the boom, nigga, in the boom, nigga. Nigga, that's DMX if he was 20 in 2020. That's DMX if he was 20 in 2020. Minus the snitching, minus the gangbanging, minus all that shit, minus all the gangster shit. DMX was his own gangster, but in music, the way he brought that boom, 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 boom. That was X in the 90s for us. Tekashi did it during this time. That's why it was a takeover flow. That's why he took over the way he took over. Besides the clout shit, the music was able to speak for itself because there's something to speak about with, you talk about cadence. I know I'm getting too big, heavily level for y'all. I know I'm on a different, but cadence is real. Cadence is real. Cadence, when you carry yourself in a zone or in a place where nobody else could touch you, you don't even see people no more.
Nope. No, you do not.
They barely see you. Because the way you're moving, it's like you're in fucking... They barely see you. They can't even... It's so
blinking,
hard.
you're not there no more.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is what X did. I'm not gonna lie. This is what X did, Rich. X did this. He had that, and it sucks that he's gone. And I am mad.
His legacy will live on.
His legacy will live on. But I didn't need this album. No. If I'm being honest, like I said, I started this conversation outside an hour and 11 minutes ago with him, and I said we're gonna get roasted for this, and he said I'm gonna give my opinion. You give yours. I know I didn't need this from X. I'd have been all right. Having what I had from him. I liked it. It's great. It's a dope album. I'm not saying none of that, but. You either live long enough, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And I don't want his image to be villainized off of this final piece of work. I would rather his image be exactly what it was supposed to be for us. Dark Man X. Feel me? No tainting, no Bono, no Dark Man X. That's all I'm saying about his album. That's what I felt like.
Poof.
Yeah. Wait, all right, so we're leaving. Jack Harlow, Eminem, and the other guy. Who's the other guy on it?
YBN. No, he's not YBN no more. Cordain.
What you think about it?
It was okay.
Another unnecessary track, in my opinion.
It sounded all right. Like I like how Jack Harlow rapped. Like he actually did pretty good.
He's the next swaggy white boy. Yeah. G-Eazy's trying to keep up right now.
Yeah, like he actually did pretty well. I love the lyricism from Cordain, but their voices are not fit for that type of beat. Okay. Like, I felt that beat wasn't for them. Like,
you know what Eminem been doing lately? He's only been making beats for him. Look what he did to Young M.A. on that beat.
Yeah, and she actually did really well. I actually liked it.
But he's been making beats for him.
Like he's now touching into that old younger generation now, because for a long time, it was always just him, but for a lot of older artists.
Absolutely.
And then now he's realizing, oh, shit, let me work with all these young cats.
That's the only way he's going to survive and get his respect back.
That's the only reason. Yeah,
because nobody respects him after what Machine Gun Kelly did to him.
And then after that revival, and then he had to.
Well, yeah, because he had all those fucking poppy features and shit like that. Hip hop don't respect that. You know, they didn't respect him when he came back and tried to rap. They was like, rappity rap, nigga. And then he wanted to say, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck all these niggas. I'm gonna keep going. And now that he's actually doing tracks with younger people, it sucks. But that fucking 40-year-old is bodying you guys still. Yep.
You can't fuck nobody.
You guys got no chance.
Nope. I never known anybody, especially that could go close to toe to toe. Like who be like? I think who would go up against Eminem in verses?
In verses, you can't do that.
Why you can't do that?
In verses, you can't do that because Eminem's demographic. That's like trying to put Biggie and Tupac in the same room doing a verses. You can't do that. Like, you can't compare them. Eminem's demographic.
It's
And
not
a
really,
lot of people clown me for this shit, yo.
It's not really.
I hold him at a high pedestal as a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
His demographic are kids that were in junior high school and high school in the 90s and early 2000s, and white boys. I said it.
But
there ain't no hood niggas. There ain't no hood niggas. There ain't no young hood niggas. There ain't no hood niggas. There ain't no young hood niggas. There ain't no women, young women.
But that's how it was.
They're not sitting there rapping an Eminem verse or bumping Eminem.
But that's how it was for all of hip hop. You need the white demographic more to push you, keep you relevant.
No. I'm not saying that. But you asked me if we had a versus, who would he go up against? And I said that's very hard to do for the simple fact of his demographic is a group of people that not a lot of people reach.
Even when they were looking for people to battle DMX, he was willing to offer himself and
who did he battle again? Snoop.
DMX battled Snoop Dogg. He was willing to go up against DMX. He said, "I'll go up against DMX." But I guess I don't know if there was like, Snoop is more the caliber.
Nobody thought that DMX was gonna keep up with Snoop.
No, because people forget.
Knew DMX would body Snoop with the right 20 songs.
Yes. Like
with the right 20,
like he had the ones with like Aaliyah. We got legendary
now. So all right. So this is the problem with your argument. The right 20 songs for M were about 15 years ago.
So that's for every artist. There was right songs for Snoop Dogg
20 years ago.
Okay, what current Snoop Dogg song in the past 5 years?
Is Eminem gonna play Say My Name? And now Say My Name.
My Name Is.
My Name Is.
That could be opening track.
My name is.
And what?
My name is.
And Jay-Z could do fucking anything from Reasonable Doubt.
Wait, you're trying to match up Eminem and good shit.
Yes. You could do Jay-Z. You could do Jay-Z and Eminem.
Get the fuck out of here.
You
could do Jay-Z and Eminem before Jay-Z and Nas, right?
Yes, of course I'll do Jay-Z and Eminem before Jay-Z and Nas. It's known. Think about it. 1996. Think about it.
Son, how we do this when we're leaving?
No. Think about it. We'll probably expand on it next episode, but I can see a Jay-Z Eminem versus happening. But they've been on tour together. Fuck the most legendary, like, spark that fucking Renegade track that helped Nas.
All right. So let me tell you something. So street niggas say Eminem wasn't talking about shit I could relate to on that Renegade track.
But yeah, he was probably more impoverished than most of the niggas that talk about him.
He bodied that track.
He bodied it.
Yo, son, I think that's the bad. I think that might be the bad. And you know what? Comment, people, comment. Let us know if you guys agree. If you think we're just Eminem fucking groupies. No. I know there's whole Vengers out there.
Oh, I love Ho. I love Jay-Z. Reasonable Doubt
too, bro.
Hard Not Life.
I'm part of the Beehive.
La Familia.
Navy. I love
the blueprints. The blueprints. Takeover still hard.
Yeah,
I prefer Takeover over Ether.
Nah, my nigga.
No, I'm kidding.
Jay-Z. Are you kidding me? Jay-Z can pull from way too many names.
Yes.
He got state property.
Yep.
He got Jay-Z can pull from way too much stuff. And Eminem don't pull from nothing.
No,
only pulls from his own discog.
Yep. And that's like if you can only pull for yourself instead of reaching out to other people.
Now you don't
that's
have
a little
to reach out
bit
to
hard.
Other people.
Like you have to get features and shit, and Eminem could just do it mostly by himself. That's a little hard. Like
I think that's awesome. But
he knows how to be.
Don't you fucking play Smack That?
Look, one of his.
Don't you fucking play
not
Smack That?
You gotta play Smack That.
Smack That.
Or Ass Like That. Or Ass Like That. I've never seen the Ass Like That.
The way she take it. The way she move it.
Come on, he got a feature with Missy Elliott.
My nigga, if that nigga brings out the fucking dog.
Oh, Triumph, the insult comic dog? That nigga's, he's a goat in the comedy world. If you don't know Triumph. You know
what they say about M though, right?
What?
M only got away with what M got away with because he was white. There was no.
Benzino tried pointing that out back then.
There is no other rapper in the world, and this was my argument to that, Rich.
Mm-hmm.
My argument was there is no other rapper in the world that wants to talk about that. The only other person that I ever heard tell a story about raping his mom, killing his mom, or doing anything foul to his mom was fucking Immortal Technique. Remember the Immortal Technique song? You never heard it?
Probably did.
All right, but Eminem, they say he's a plant. They honestly say he's a plant. They say because he was white, that's the only reason he was allowed to get away with talking about burying his mom, ass in people's faces, talk about the look at Ice-T, look at Ice-T, and look at everything that these Dance with the Devil. You never heard Dance with the Devil?
I probably did, but I didn't probably know it was Immortal Technique. I probably heard it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll play it for you right after this. But Eminem got away with it because nobody was really gonna combat him. He went to court for the gay thing, and he went to court for a couple of things. Don't get me wrong, but
his mom tried to take him to court.
But ninjas, son, I ain't gonna lie. If my son made a career about talking about how he killed me or wants to kill me, shit, I'm gonna try to get $1 too if I'm still a dope head. She was just doing what dope heads do at the time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Get my money.
But that stands on the point. This motherfucker had a crazy fucking sad life.
I still think he partially got away with it because
I could say that he got mostly away with it because of his weight, but he wasn't just no ordinary motherfucker Tom, Dick, and Harry off the street. He was
probably one of the first people talking about doing drugs.
He was
in the hip hop world.
Like he was speaking.
We used to sell drugs in hip hop. Eminem was talking about using.
He was speaking to a black audience.
No, he was speaking to a white audience in a black voice. No,
he was speaking about his black experience.
Dr. Dre even thought he was black.
Yes, he did. And they saw him like,
he was speaking to a white audience with a black voice.
He's like, I thought that black experience was worse, but apparently the fucking white experience is even fucking crazier. Let's put that shit on record. That's how I see it. Because it's like, for him to come out,
that's a good way to look at it.
That's why I don't see him as a plant, because it's like, this nigga, he didn't just like come from like some great family and all this shit, and they just found him off the street like in a mall somewhere, like from fucking, like what's that fucking Kids Bar group that Jermaine Dupri had, Crisscross, and found him in a mall somewhere. He was in fucking struggling. He was trying to make it. He had a daughter like out of wedlock, and he had problems with his wife. He was living in trailer park homes and shit, but he had to rap battle to like survive and make money and work at shitty ass jobs. So he was living like pretty much living how most people in the 90s, like especially that were predominantly black, were living, like all fucking like sad and downtrodden. Fortunately, he got the luck. He kept grinding. He had to like move like multiple times. Went to do a battle in LA and got picked up. Like, yo, who's this fucking guy? This shit is dope. And eventually got to the hands of Dre and Jimmy Iovine, and he gave this motherfucker a whole turnaround of his life.
I'm never gonna disqualify Eminem taking ample opportunity of what was given to him. All I say is that maybe I'm clouded by what other people put in my brain, that I know there is a black and white stigma in this world. I know there is, but I also know that there's ways to penetrate through. And for a white man to do black music, urban music, hip-hop music, whatever the fuck you want to call it at this point, where I don't get like, nobody comes at for my throat. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. But for this white man to get away with it and go that far and still do it the way he does it, there's one thing we all can agree on. That must mean he loves it.
Yes.
Because he's not no longer just getting these features with he's with the young crowd now.
He's not doing no fucking Vanilla Ice. He's not doing no Elvis Presley.
He made sure these young niggas know, nigga, y'all niggas can't keep up with this man for nothing. Nope. He is still the barred up God. I don't hear no Talib. I don't hear no Mos Def. I don't hear none of y'all rappers. Like even J. Cole. J. Cole, you cool, bro, but you got emotional on this album. You still not the fucking bar for bar, metaphor, verb rapper that Eminem is. And I don't think any rapper will ever be. Know what I mean? Like, I know there isn't an Eminem cult. I don't know what you call it. A bag of peanuts? I don't know what you call it. You know what I'm saying? But he's bar for bar, the best bar for bar syllable rapper you ever got. Rap God? You'll never hear anything like that again. From nobody. You know what I mean? It won't happen. Even Token, look at all his babies. You got these, Joyner Lucas is a baby. Fucking Token's a baby. Fucking Hobson's a baby. They're all spawns.
NF's like the cleansed version of Eminem.
Eminem is the pop clutch. If Eminem would have stayed white, they would have got NF.
He's the Christian Eminem.
Like you know how they say if Michael Jackson would have stayed black, he would have got The Weeknd. It's the same thing. If Eminem would have stayed white, it was a true white rapper, you would have got NF. But that's my point. He's had so much of an impact, and it gets overlooked or it's invisible. I'm proud of him doing his shit. I'm proud of him.
I know we were like very
we out of here.
outside, but
walk him out.
Let's walk this out right now. Thank you so much for everyone that stuck with us this far, watching the episodes, and obviously this was a much more loaded episode, and the pig does everything. So, oh shit, my lights turned off. I just noticed this shit. So, gotta fill this new battery. So, of course, follow me, Richie Loves Yo-Yos. If you can see this shit here, I don't know if they can fucking see it, but Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. Give me your money. Just DM
Give me your money.
Give me your motherfucking money.
Give me your motherfucking money.
By that episode 16, we are out.
Later, guys.
Nigga.